And you said that the cover art was literally finished, wrapped up, and sent in days before the album was even released. So was that kind of like a procrastination situation, or was it more of kind of like a, it's just not right
It
yet?
was like there were just so many problems I
Mm.
ran into with like getting the album just done and
Uh,
getting it finished. Because also, like, the album itself also got sent in like
mm.
a week or something before it came out. Like, it was a crazy time because really what just happened is that I had this album like since like last year, like since
Mm.
Risk came out, I had this album that was like almost done, quote unquote. And I have like the full track list. I know, like, I've known for years like what this album looks like and where I need it to be. You know what I
Mm.
mean? But it ended up being a thing where I wanted to finish it last like July, and then like delays happened, and then we get caught up in releasing the first single because there's a schedule to stick to, and you kind of don't want to get caught in that like holiday season or whatever. It really what it was, I was just so committed to like the schedule I had like invented for myself for this album rollout that I think we started it like before it was like time,
Mhm.
Mm.
which worked out. I was, like, I wouldn't go back and change it, but then we just toured so much.
Mm.
And that was like the big thing, that all the time I'd set out to finish the album and like really lock it in and have it done before this year, just didn't happen. Like, we did that tour last summer, and then we did the tour with Pink Shift and Pollyanna.
Mhm.
And then we get back and I'm like, all right, time to finish it. And by the time, it's like really every time you start to get into a groove and you feel like you're almost done, you're preparing for another tour. And then we're prepping for
Yeah.
the headliner, which is for an album that I
Mhm.
haven't finished. And really, I guess the final nail in the coffin was that the album was supposed to come out earlier than it originally did. We pushed it back. We had the album set. We told everybody like this is like
Mm.
final. It's coming out like beginning of April.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what we say. We go to like around all of our music people, and we're like, we show them the songs. We show them like the album in its like incomplete state, and we're like,
Mm.
this is basically it. I hope you like it. It's coming out this day.
Yeah.
And then we hit the beginning of tour, and I'm like, it's just not gonna happen. Like, and all the pieces have already started moving. We've already started sending it out to people, and I'm just
Mhm.
like, it's not done. Like, it's not done, and I'm going on this tour. All I can do is hope I can finish it on this tour. We push it back another month, and at that point, we just didn't have the option to push back the date again. So I just had to finish it, and
Mhm.
we reached like 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 1 week out from release. I'm still working on the album. I'm still fixing things and tracking. And then, if I could have pushed it back, I would have. But at that point, it was like, we got to just send it. We got to just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it really came down to the wire. And I think the
Mhm.
only reason I even was able to get the album art done was just because I'd spent like 5 years thinking about like album art ideas.
Yeah. Fair
Yeah.
enough.
Good.
Yeah.
So with it being out and everyone enjoying it, are you 100% happy with the finished product?
I think so. I mean, so the thing is that the album came out, and like
Mhm.
I started like just freaking out about so much stuff because this is the
Mhm.
first time I've had an album where I didn't have time to like sit with it in its done state
Yeah.
before like it coming out. Like,
Mhm.
literally the album was done and it was out of my hands instantly. Like, there was nothing I could do.
Yeah.
So even after the album came out, like, I don't know if anybody's noticed, but the tracks have changed a little bit.
Jesus
Still working.
Christ.
And I think they will continue to change a little bit.
Mhm.
Small little things, like
Okay.
nothing, stuff that really I feel like only I would care about.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I figured, you know what? This is my baby. This is my album, and if I feel like it can be a little better, I might as well.
And
But
it's
I'm
also
not saying
it's 2024. You're not putting the stuff on. It's not going direct to vinyl. It's up in the
Mhm.
air. It's in the clouds. You can just
it's in the
change it.
cloud.
Exactly.
Exactly.
No
Just
one
a
even knows.
noticeable tweak.
Yeah.
And change the cover of self-titled a decade later. Who says I can't go in and boost the high end a little?
Exactly.
Exactly.
There you go.
I don't see a problem with it. I don't see a problem
Now,
with it.
So you're recording on this tour, but weren't you recording like on the previous tours as well?
Yeah. I mean, at this point, I've been recording on tours like for the last year. So, like,
Damn.
all the tours we've done over like 2023 and 2024, I've
Mhm.
been recording this album.
Damn.
How the hell do you balance that, like the scheduling and also like just the headspace and the mindset, because I would say they're two completely different headspaces to
Mhm.
be in.
They are. They're totally different headspaces. And tour is already interesting because you're bouncing between the headspace of managing a tour and like doing logistics and being there just as a human with your friends and with your bandmates, and then also playing a show. And then you throw in this third thing where you're thinking about an album and the millions of things that come along with that. And it's pretty overwhelming. I mean, I'm not going to lie. It got pretty difficult, you know? It's like it was really just a grind. Like especially
Mhm.
on this last tour, just every minute I had free, I was working on this album. I was like in the van, I was in the hotels and the B&Bs, I was in the green room before the
Mhm.
show working on the album and working on it after on the way to the hotel. And
Yeah.
I lost a lot of sleep, lost a lot of
Yeah.
rest.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just feel like at this point, it's just kind of how I function,
Mhm.
you know?